Hey Facebook friends, I'm Jess Peranto from OdySea Aquarium. I'm joined by Marissa Vale, one of our animal care specialists, and our most important guest today is Barnacle the sloth. Now Barney is about a 1-year-old two-toed sloth, and we are going to slow it down a little bit. In the midst of this pandemic, we are all a little bit anxious. And we're going to take a lesson from our friend Barney here on how to just slow things down a little bit and breathe. So we're going to read a great book today by Eric Carle. You may know this author because of the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And that's a great book for our friends next door at Butterfly Wonderland. But we're going to focus on Slowly, 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 Said the Sloth. So if you have this at home, read along with us, and we're going to get started right now. You ready, Barn? You ready, Marissa?
Ready.
Okay. Now, if you have questions, we're going to take some questions at the end of the book. So think about those questions and send them on in, and we'll be happy to answer anything we can about Barney or any of the animals here at OdySea Aquarium. All right, here we go. Slowly, 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 a sloth crawled along the branch of a tree.
Did you know that sloths spend the majority of their time up in trees?
How do they hang on them?
They hang on them with their toes. So there are 2 different kinds of sloth, both 2- and 3-toed sloth. You can tell the difference based on these top toes here. Okay.
All right. Slowly, 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 the sloth ate a leaf.
Did you know that sloths are herbivores? This means that the majority of their diet consists of plants like leaves. And here at OdySea Aquarium, we'll feed Barney different types of lettuce, and he also likes fruits and vegetables as well.
Yeah, and you have one of his favorite treats right over there, don't you?
Yes. He also likes flowers. Boy.
Hibiscus, good choice.
You got it?
He's gonna hold this.
He's holding on to it.
All right. I get it. We all need a snack during this time too. Slowly, 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 the sloth fell asleep.
Did you know that sloths can sleep anywhere from about 16 to 20 hours per day? And the Linnaeus' two-toed sloth, which is what Barney is primarily nocturnal, which means they will be awake mostly at night.
It's kind of like my sleeping schedule right now. Ooh, that's a good part. Slowly, 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 the sloth woke up.
When sloths are awake, they are moving about the trees very slowly, looking for their favorite snacks, and also just looking for a new place to go to sleep.
Yeah, now you may have come to OdySea Aquarium and seen Barney and our other sloth, Squidney, on exhibit doing a lot of that sleeping. So we kind of let them dictate the day. We look for opportunities when they are awake to interact with us. So Barney was letting us know it was a great time to wake up and read a book, which probably will put him back to sleep, let's be honest. So, all right, let's go to the next page. All day long, the sloth hung upside down in a tree.
Did you know that sloths can hang in a tree without really putting any effort into it? These long nails here act like hooks, so they just naturally hang into the tree. And their body is made for them to be hanging upside down the majority of their lives. So their fur, instead of growing from its back to its belly like a dog or a cat, their fur will grow from their belly down to their back. And this is so when it rains in the rainforest, all that rain just falls right off of them.
There's no product that can control this. No, that's right. It's pretty special. Smells amazing as well. Okay, all night long, the sloth hung upside down in the tree. And there's that nocturnal animal that Marissa was talking about. Oops. And even when it rained, the sloth hung upside down in the tree. So, Marissa, if they're always in the tree, do they ever come down?
They do come down from the trees about once a week to use the bathroom.
Ooh. Why do they come down out of the tree instead of just, let it go in the tree?
Good question. So they won't go in the tree because they don't want to attract other animals to them and let them know where they're kind of hiding out. They'll use the bathroom down at the bottom so that that scent stays away from them and they can stay hidden and safe in the trees.
Very cool. As a matter of fact, sloths are so slow and they hang out so much in the trees that they can grow algae on their fur. And this is a symbiotic relationship, and what that means is that the algae and the sloth help one another. So the algae has a place to live on the sloth, and so the sloth is helping out the algae, and the algae camouflages the sloth because the sloths become kind of green in the trees, and so it's a really good camouflage. So they help each other out, and again, that's called symbiosis. All right. Why are you so slow? The howler monkey asked one day, but the sloth didn't answer.
I can answer that question.
Oh, yeah.
So sloths are very slow to protect themselves in the trees. If they move quick, then predators will see them. The slower they are, the more hidden they are.
Why are you so quiet? The caiman asked, but the sloth didn't answer. Do they ever make noise?
Mostly sloths are quiet. The only time they'll make noise is during breeding season. So the females will go to the top of the tree, scream out as loud as they can to let the males know where they're at.
All right. Why are you so boring? The anteater asked, but the sloth didn't answer.
We don't think sloths are boring.
No.
Our sloths here are actually pretty cool. They can do lots of different things. They actually participate in what's called sloth encounter programs, where they wake up and hang out with us and our guests here at the aquarium. And they can do cool things like roam around on different branches and perching. And we also give them fun different types of food like this hibiscus flower here.
Tell me, said the jaguar, why are you so lazy? The sloth thought and thought and thought for a long, long, long time.
Sloths definitely can be pretty lazy most of the time, but like I said, our sloths like to wake up and interact with us and participate in reading books just like this or practicing for our sloth encounters.
Finally, the sloth replied, "It is true that I am slow, quiet, and boring. I am lackadaisical, I dawdle, and I dilly-dally. I am also unflappable, languid, stoic, impassive, sluggish, lethargic, placid, calm, mellow, laid back, and well, slothful." I like that term. "I'm relaxed and tranquil, and I like to live in peace, but I am not lazy." Then the sloth yawned and said, "That's just how I am. I like to do things slowly, slowly, slowly." What do you think about that book? And that's our book by Eric Carle. And one of the reasons we're doing this with you all is just to have some fun and again remind everybody to just slow down and breathe. We're all going to get through this together. We miss all of our guests terribly and our team members, and we look forward to seeing you again one day soon. But this is one of the ways that we actually build that relationship and just continue to spend time with our animals here at OdySea Aquarium during this. So we're really happy that you could join us. And we're going to take some questions now if you have any. So Dave, fire away.
All right, Shaylin asked, do sloths have teeth, and what kind if they do?
Great question, Shaylin. So sloths, they do have teeth. They have, on the top palate, they don't really have too many teeth up there. They're more towards the back. And they have really sharp teeth in the front, and they're not canines. They look a lot like canines. They're actually modified molars. And every time they open and close their mouths, let's see if he wants to eat so we can see. Okay. Every time they open and close their mouths, those teeth sharpen on each other. So they do have teeth. Great question.
Another question is, how long will Barney hang on you, Jessica?
Oh, well, pretty long. Sometimes we spend the whole day together like this with each other. He has a really close relationship with all of the animal care specialists that work with him. He's very comfortable with us, and as long as he knows that he's secure, he's very comfortable, and he often naps while he's on us. So it's a little unproductive for us, but I'm not gonna lie, we don't hate it. So.
Now, a lot of people know Squidney, our other two-toed sloth, and are confusing Barney with Squidney. Can you tell the differences between Barney and Squidney?
Yeah, so Barney is much smaller than Squidney, and he's also a little bit darker than she is, where she's more blonde down here on her body, and he has a really dark head. And that's pretty much the main difference, the size, and she's just a lighter color.
How long do sloths live?
It's a great question. So in the wild, sloths can live anywhere from about early to mid-20s if they're lucky. And under human care, they can live upwards into their late 30s and early 40s. And this is due to a number of different reasons. So here under human care, they don't have to worry about predators. They get a reliable food source every single day. And they have active healthcare 24/7. So if Barney ever needs to be seen by a vet, we can go ahead and call up our vet staff. We can either take him to see our vet, or our vet can definitely come down and check him out at any time.
Can sloths swim, guys?
Sloths are great swimmers. They actually use that as a defense mechanism. So if in the wild they feel threatened, and if they don't think they can get away from the predator by running, so to speak, through the trees, they can actually drop and swim away in a river, and they can hold their breath upwards of 40 minutes at a time. Okay. And this is because their metabolism is very slow.
Sienna, who's 5, wants to know, what does the mama sloth do with a baby sloth? How does she hold her?
That's a good question, Sienna. So it looks a lot like this, except Jessica would be hanging up in a tree, so the babies would hang on the mom's belly.
Not gonna happen, guys.
Okay, there's somebody named McKenna asked how good is their eyesight?
McKenna's a great name, by the way.
Yeah, wonderful.
That's an awesome question, McKenna. So sloths, they can see, but not that great. So they can see just a few feet in front of them, and then everything after that is pretty much blurry, and they cannot see in color.
And then Fallon also asked, how many babies do sloths have at a time?
Ooh, good question, Fallon. So sloths will pretty much only have one baby at a time, and they'll take care of them for up to a year after they have those babies.
Questions are coming in, guys. What does their fur feel like?
Good question. So it's actually different between our two sloths, Barney and Squidney. Barney's fur is a lot more soft, I would say, and Squidney feels more like a wire hair terrier. We're not exactly sure why the difference is.
It's like some people have straight hair and some people have curly hair. They have different textures too.
Now, there was a question earlier. What is the biggest difference between two-toe sloths and three-toe sloths, other than one has one more toe than the other?
Good question. That's a great question. So like you said, one has one more toe than the other. They'd also be found in different regions of Central and South America.
Okay. How tall is Barney? Quite a few people have asked how tall Barney is.
That's a good question. I've never...
Probably about 2 feet or so. Still doing a little bit of growing, but he's mostly going to grow out from this point on now. He's just about reached his maximum weight.
Okay. Emmy, age 5, wants to know, what kind of noises do sloths make, if they make any?
So males don't typically make any noise. The females during mating season will let out a call. I'm not exactly sure what that call sounds like, to be honest, but it's usually the females who will vocalize during mating season. Other than that, they're pretty quiet.
Okay, that just answered Candace's call. How much do they eat per day? How about that?
That's a good question. So here at the aquarium, the sloths, they both, depending on their size, have their base diet. So they definitely get a good amount of fruits and veggies every single day and leafy greens. And if they seem much more hungry one day than the next, then we'll go ahead and give them a little bit more. But they'll eat pretty much whatever they can find.
Okay, Seamus asked, are sloths scared of kids? And can kids hold them here at OdySea Aquarium?
We get that question a lot, Seamus.
Yes, that's a good question. So sloths, our sloths are actually not afraid of kids. Our sloths are very comfortable around us and our guests and everybody that comes to visit the aquarium. They love to say hello to everyone. And I wish you can hold them because it's pretty cool to be able to do that. But maybe one day you can be an animal care specialist here with one of us and you can hold one of our sloths.
Marissa, why don't you get Barney's perch and we'll see if he wants to just kind of hang out a little bit so we can get a different view. Yeah, it would be kind of like somebody other than your mom or dad asking to hold you. It might be a little nerve-wracking at first, so Barney has a really good relationship with us, and as long as we're with him, that's why he's really comfortable with guests around him too. But probably would be a little nervous if a guest that he didn't know wanted to hold him. I'm gonna see if he wants to climb around here and do a little exercise, which is about...
There's a Brian that wants to know if Barney's breath stinks.
It's not the worst smell on his body, let's just put it that way. His fur is a little stinky, and like Marissa was talking about, when they go to the bathroom and they come down, the reason they come down from the tree is because they don't want to leave that really pungent scent up in the trees where their predators could find them. So sometimes that pungent scent is stuck on the fur. So his breath's not too bad at all because he eats a lot of lettuce and stuff like that.
All right, get a better picture of Barney here.
Do we have any other questions, Dave?
Yeah, Adi wants to know if sloths touch their face as much as humans do. Very appropriate question for the time.
As much as humans do, I don't think they touch it as much as we do. They're a lot better about that than we are, but they're definitely able to scratch their face or touch it.
I'm going to see if I can show you Barney's ears, because they do rely, as Marissa said, they don't have great eyesight. They do rely on that smell. That's a very, very powerful sense of theirs. They do also rely on their ears, and their ears are very
Dome-like.
Yeah, dome-like, to kind of like a satellite dish to catch all those sound waves. So let's see if he's gonna let me pull back his lovely locks here. Hi, Bubba. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Can you see that, Dave?
I think.
We may have to wait until he comes over a little closer to
Little
the edge.
earlobe.
But there it is. It's just like an earlobe like we have, but buried under all that fur. All right. Well, as you can see, Barney's hanging here, and he's quite comfortable. A lot of people ask, does he have strong abdominal muscles? Just tell us a little bit about his body and why he's perfectly comfortable, just like that.
So sloths, they do lots of crazy ab workouts. No, I'm just kidding. They're part of a family called xenarthrans, which means strange joints. So he actually, his spine kind of hooks together to allow him to completely hang all the way vertical if he needed to, or stay completely hung up in a tree like he is right now. And remember I said he uses uses these nails here as hooks, to be able to hang out in those trees all day long.
We have one last question. Since Barney can walk around the aquarium and see all the other animals, do any of the other animals respond to seeing Barney?
Oh, that's a great question. We've been doing a lot of that since we've been closed. That's one of the ways we enrich our animals, let them experience the different areas, sights, sounds, smells. And Barney finds it really reinforcing to go check out a lot of other animals. I'm sure you'll be seeing some posted footage of that later this week, or as we continue on here. As you may have seen our penguins walk around, lots of different animals go and visit each other around the aquarium, and that is not only fun for us, but really fun and enriching for them as well. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Marissa and Barney and I really appreciate, bye-bye, you stopping by and reading with us. This is our quarantine series, and don't forget that Barney and all of our animals, we need your help while we're open still. So you can buy 2 tickets to go. Purchase your tickets now. Come visit us later when we're open. That money directly helps Barney and all of our animals and helps us operate during this time. So we miss you lots. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to Eric Carl for writing such a great book. Thanks, Marissa, for answering your great questions. Dave, for your mediocre film work. And of course, Barnacle, our star. So thanks all. See you soon.